everybody, it's Mrs. Giebrick, and I'm going to cover a couple of things that we would have talked about for back to school night. Since we are not having that this year and didn't have it, I have a couple things that I'm going to mention to you, and if you have questions afterwards, please feel free to email me, but most of the stuff we've actually already covered or I've sent an email about. So first thing, Class Dojo. Like I mentioned, e-learners, this won't apply to you guys right now. But if they earn 10 points, they'll earn a special treat at the end of the week. All the positive points, negative points, things that are taken away, you will get notified immediately. I try to put a note if I can right away as well, if time is applicable. And if you have questions about it, just feel free to send me a message. On Class Dojo here, oh, I'm sorry, I'm trying to touch the screen and I have it on my computer. So if you see here all their points, this is what they kind of see during the day. They see their little avatar, their little monster. I call them my little monsters. And they'll earn their positive points. So they want to end on 10, so we're getting really close with a lot of them. So the nice thing is you guys can actually send me messages, almost like an instant message, like a Facebook instant message kind of thing. And I will see them right over here. So I have all of your names here, everyone that's logged in. And I can send something to all of you as well. But I'll see any messages, and it'll just be between you and I if there's a question that you have or something that you want to get clarified right away. There's also our class story, and I can tell you a couple things that might be happening that day, and I can post some photos. So if there's just like a quick photo, something I want to upload, so now this way I don't have to email it to you guys all the time. I can just take a quick picture and upload it and tell you about something fun that we did that day. So you'll see those in the class story. Portfolios is something we probably won't do right now. It's something more independently for the kids to do. A lot of times the older grades will use that. So for right now, we're just gonna focus on the classroom. Class story, you'll see different things posted. I might even post fun little videos and positive incentives with Class Dojo just for something extra fun to do. So we might watch those once in a while, and then you guys can see them at home as well. So for Dojo, that's kind of how that will be working. And as the quarters go on, I think I'm gonna up the points a little bit, so it's not just 10 points, it might be 12 points, it might be 15 points. So I'll change that and we'll see how things are going for this first quarter. For AR, we are gonna start next week, which will be of course after Labor Day. I have a login and a password for everybody. So especially for e-learners, you will get those, I'll send them and email them to everybody, and you can take quizzes between 8 and 3. Now, you will only take one quiz a day. I kind of made a note of that. So each child, please only take one quiz a day. So kids in class as well, we have to do them individually and administer everything. So it's just for comprehension. I'm not expecting anybody to be able to read stories. Some kids are recognizing a lot of sight words and they are reading a little bit for us, which is awesome. But I'm not testing on that. This is just for comprehension alone. It is not mandatory, but as they start to go into the other grade levels, it's a lot of fun. They see themselves earning points. It's a great incentive to get them to start reading. So if there are books that you have at home, you will be able to go onto the Renaissance website and you'll be able to check to see if books are on the website. The actual site to go to, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't put that up there. It is arbookfinder.com, just arbookfinder.com, and you can type in a story and it'll let you know what the level is. We try to stick right now for just very simple comprehension. So there's like biscuit books, there are little critter books, the Elephant and Piggy, those are good ones too. So if there's a lot of lengthy content, it gets a little bit harder for them to remember everything that happened. The quizzes are only 5 questions long, and they are multiple choice, A, B, C, D. I will, of course, like I said, I will read them, or Mrs. Boswell will read them. We'll give them the choices, they get to pick, and at the end, they'll get the results. So I would like you guys to log in whenever you get your quizzes, or after a while when you're taking your quizzes. This is kind of what the login would look like. So this is just for me, and it'll actually ask you teacher or student or parent, and you'll put the username, you put the password. And the nice thing is when it pops up, mine won't look like yours, so I'm not gonna go in. You'll see all of the books as well that you've already taken quizzes on. You can't retake quizzes, so once you've done a story and taken a quiz, you can't redo it. But that's fine, there's thousands of books that you'll be able to choose from and to read. So keep track on here, you'll be able to see them, and I'll do my best to keep track. If you took the quiz already, it'll let me know, it'll kick me off if you accidentally send in the same book again. Not a big deal. But like I said, if you can, for right now, the in-class learners, try to aim for maybe 2 books a week, even if it's just 1 to start off with. Read the story a few times, ask questions at the end, read the book a second time, see if they can even retell the story back to you, just by even looking at the pictures. So, look for that beginning, a middle, and an end. That'll be a good way to help with the questions later in the comprehension. So you ask questions maybe first, you read it to them, have them see if they can read it back to you, and maybe even again, read the story 1 more time. And I know it seems like a lot, but the comprehension part of it sometimes is very tricky for children. So just give it a try, we'll see how it goes. If they don't do well on the first time, it's okay. I'm letting them know you're gonna make mistakes, you're gonna not get everything right all the time. It's okay. We are not setting goals right now for the first quarter. I will have them set goals for the second quarter. And usually we start off very low, maybe 3-4 points. Every story is typically half of a point. It's like 0.5 points. So if I set the goal for 3 points for the quarter, you need to read at least 6 books. And that's only if you get 100% on every single one that you'd read 6. So if you get a couple wrong here and there, you might end up having to read 7, maybe 8 books. So you guys should be reading every night anyways. So check to see if those stories are AR stories. Usually I would let you guys take some of my books home. I have them all leveled, but unfortunately we can't do that this year. So I'm very sorry about that. So moving on. All right. And of course, if you have questions, let me know about AR. That's always, I get a lot of questions about that one. Grades, as far as grades go, we do not do letter grades. I do not enter grades every day. The amount of content that we do, there'd be a lot of grades in there. So right now, I am just checking to see what their skill levels are at. What are they able to accomplish? What do we need to work on? So at the end of the quarter, we have a number scale. 4 is being high. 4 is it's mastered, they know it, they've got it. So if you see a 3, it's just, there's a couple areas that we may need to still work on. I'll try to make notes all the time in the report card so you know specifically what they need. You will get a paper copy the first quarter, second quarter, and the different things that are being assessed. So letter recognition, uppercase, lowercase. Color word recognition. They all know their colors, but can they pick out actual color word by itself and read it to me? We'll be doing rhyming, we'll be doing patterns, counting, do they know their address, phone number? So there'll be a lot of different things that I'll be asking. I can give you even a heads up of things that will be assessed, but really the first time, I just wanna see what they know. So don't be upset, don't be alarmed if there's a 3, sometimes even a 2, if they just don't know anything. There might be a 1, they might know their address or phone numbers at all. So it just gives you something to work on at home, and then it's something for us to see what needs to be covered. So that'll be at the end of the quarter, so we'll have a paper copy of a couple items, letter sounds as well, and words that you can give me for each letter of the alphabet. All right, so again, questions about it, let me know. And then Scholastic. A couple of you ordered already, which is great, thank you so much. If you order Scholastic, we actually get a bunch of free books. It's awesome. So I am able to restock us with books. I am putting a bunch of books. The kids have about 4 books in their busy buckets. So just for an example, I can show you a busy bucket. We have coloring pages. I have, like I said, about 4 different books inside of the buckets that they can read. And normally, see, I would have them all labeled for you so you know the level of AR. So I'm sorry you can't have those. I've got different games inside of the baggies. So what number comes next? They all have a puzzle. We each have some Play-Doh. We even have a bunch of blocks that are inside Duplo blocks. And they all have their math manipulatives that we use for our counting. We use them for patterns. So we've done a bunch of stuff with those. And yeah, another extra game sometimes is in here. So this is putting numbers into order. And some of them even have dry erase, practicing with their letters. But everyone has their dry erase boards and markers as well. So these are a couple of things that are keeping them busy. Okay. So I would love to take everybody on just a little tour of the room since you're not here. I thought it'd be kind of fun to show you a couple of things. So hold on one second. Okay, so here's our Promethean board. All right, we've got the front door here. This is our schedule for the day. So this is going to be actually for tomorrow, Friday, September the 4th. So that is our typical day. The only thing that really changes is our special at the top. So we have gym tomorrow and, well, today for you, because you'll be getting this. And then we just had computer class yesterday, or today, I should say, and then music was the previous day. So we just keep switching between those. All right, we have our different jobs. We're trying to come up with a fourth job that is a safe job that will keep us all germ-free. But for now, we've got our 4 jobs. We have our colors at the top of the board, our classroom rules, numbers to practice, so they're up there so they can always see them. We've got our birthdays, of course. We have our prayer center. So this is really awesome. We had some kids come back bringing their God's creations bags back to us. It was not required, so do not worry. But we had some kids bring them back, Juliana and Bendy. Thank you so much. And they even gave us some flowers to add to our vase. So this is our little prayer center where we put our prayers for other people and kids and animals a lot of times that need it. There's our mailboxes and our flag. Here is our morning routine. We have our calendar, our all about the letters. Those are going to be more starting next week when we dive into our handwriting letters and our letters of the week in our reading. So that'll be changing weekly. But calendar math, I'm sure the kids have told you about it. It's so much fun. We go through, we have one calendar helper, and I'm the one touching everything at the calendar, so do not worry. Hands are not all over everything. It is just me, but they are allowed to touch the pointer, which is the biggest job of all. So we have our days in school at the bottom there, our words for the week, and they get to decide at the end if they want to do pick a problem, estimation jar, or make a pattern. Super fun. There's our heart from Chrysanthemum, where we all promise that we are going to think before we speak and not hurt anyone's feelings. Eventually, we will start our star students. I was thinking about maybe next week, but it's a short week and I want to give each child a chance to have their poster up there and hanging for everyone to see. And again, things will be changing with that because we sometimes bring in things from home or they're able to bring in a treat. So we're going to alter that quite a bit, but I would still like to be able to send home the posters and have each child kind of shine for the week and tell us a little bit more about them. Okay, there's our headphones. We haven't been able to use those as much yet with the iPads, but we just got those today. The kids will probably tell you all about them, or they already have. All right, all of our art supplies and paper, tons of stuff that we're going to be getting into eventually here, but we got to take our time. Oh, there's Mrs. G from college. Go Hope. All right, and then here's our windows with some of our crafts that we've been making and things you can see hanging from the ceiling. They've been so busy. We're changing for the next month. We're going to be doing a ton of things with apples. So be ready to see more pictures of that coming. And we planted, our seeds too. So if you see on the window, we have some seeds that we planted just today. So we've been talking about God's creations and caring for the earth. Those will be growing and sprouting soon. We have Mrs. Boswell's desk. And then of course, all of our rules for the COVID. We are making sure we're stressing these all the time. And there we go. All right. So I want to thank you guys. And please, again, if you have any questions, please feel free to come I guess not come in and talk to me, but email me. And if you need to talk to me on the phone, I'm more than happy to talk to you. But thank you and have a great night. All right. Bye.